Michigan and Rutgers. Michigan 20-13.
Go ahead.
I'll just going to say that Rutgers is out here trying to prove that they can hang with the big dogs this year.
Rutgers is 3-0, y'all.
Well, 3-1 now.
They're 3-1 now.
No,
they were
2-1.
3-0. They were 3-0 before they played us.
Damn.
Right? Like, I don't like this like sliding scale that Michigan starts to get. Before we play the team, Michigan's going to have a hard time with them. You know, they're not just going to let them run the ball. They're not just going to let them do this. They're going to have to find a way to win. We find a way to win. Rutgers is pretty fucking terrible. And the fact that you didn't beat them by 3 touchdowns really speaks harshly on Jim Harbaugh and the rest of the team. It's like this fucking sliding scale of grading is like a goddamn roller coaster.
As much as I don't want to give Michigan any kind of leeway, Rutgers is actually a decent team.
They're good. They're good. I bet. Let's say this. I bet Wisconsin want Rutgers' record right now. I bet Clemson wants Rutgers' record right now. I bet they love to be in Rutgers' shoes right now.
That's a fact.
Shout out to the crew for finding a way to make it happen. I'll talk more specifically in my dubs and L's what I thought about the game, but hey man, I'll take a win. I'll take 4-0 because we were 2-4 all of last year. So I'm really confused with a lot of my fellow Michigan people as to why we're so upset.
Niggas never happy.
Really get it.
So shout out Greg Schiano.
Since we
Why he lost?
Because he's going to beat y'all next year.
Is he? I didn't know he's not, but I didn't know he was almost Michigan's head coach.
I didn't know that either.
He was almost Michigan's head coach when Lloyd Carr retired. They offered the job to Greg Schiano, and he fucking accepted, slept on it, and said, "You know what? I need to stay at Rutgers."
Good man.
Good man. His career, you know what? I ain't gonna say too much bad about him, but it was definitely the wrong decision for sure. And then the next day we ended up hiring Rich Rod because they had the same agent.
Damn. Since we talking about gang, let's go ahead and knock this one out. OSU versus Akron.
Score. What was the final?
59-7.
Yeah, I didn't stick around to watch that after the first
defense
series.
actually did okay, I guess, for once, but it's Akron, so can't say too much about that. A lot of people are on the Kyle McCord wave, which is fucking stupid.
Buckeye Twitter went nuts
because
CJ Stroud's is just not the guy. He's not it.
Kyle
We got to go with McCord.
Matter of fact, Kyle McCord started off very shaky as well, overthrowing
some high balls,
passes,
some high passes for sure.
But again, Kyle McCord, all he did was throw short slants and fucking screen passes all game. So
Got to get them
and
kicks
it's
on.
Akron. It's Akron.
It's I think Ohio State's QB situation right now is it's kind of like a microcosm of college football where you can go from having a room with Dwayne Haskins, Joe Burrow, and Tate Martell as your third best quarterback on the roster. Mm-hmm. And then within 3 years, you've got a room full of freshmen. Only one of them is a redshirt freshman, and he hadn't thrown a pass before the season started.
Yeah.
That's how quickly your roster can overturn with the transfer portal and with guys just going to the league early.
Guys having a great season and just going straight to the league.
Anyways,
that wasn't even. I wasn't trying to.
Okay,
I was just literally saying. Like,
yeah, no, I mean it's crazy because you keep hearing all of these. Oh, we need to go with McCord. We need to go with Ewers. They are also freshmen who have never thrown passes.
Yep.
So,
like the game plan allowed Kyle McCord to kind of get into his bag and gain confidence throughout the game. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't look at that and say, yes, we need to start Kyle McCord right away. That's kind of jumping at it.
Is the shoulder injury real, or is it an excuse to kind of cover up Stroud and guard him from the media?
Now, that's a really good question.
Because I don't. I see him doing this. When I see a quarterback doing this, it's probably because he just missed and he's trying to.
Yeah.
He's blaming. All right, let me stretch my arm out. You know what I'm saying?
Stepped on the right arm too much.
You know what I'm saying? You throw a bad pass and you be like, fuck.
I've seen quite a few quarterbacks do that.
Because it's like, the offensive line hasn't been stellar, but it ain't like they've just opened up the floodgates on him. He ain't been taking a whole bunch of hits.
Right.
So I haven't even really faced the pass rush yet. So I don't know about that whole shoulder injury shit. I think he gave Stroud a week off. because the pressure was building and the Boo Birds were upon them in Columbus.
And Akron is
Akron, yeah. So he can see what he got this week without Stroud. Let him rest, try to get completely healthy if that's even really an issue. Give him a week off to get his shit together, and then they'll come back versus, who do y'all play next week? Rutgers?
It's either Rutgers or Maryland.
I think y'all play Rutgers.
So basically,
you'll play Rutgers. So then, we'll see what happens if they split time, or I don't know, or if he just has a short leash, but we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see.
Michigan State 23 over Nebraska.
I am so fucking tired of Michigan State winning games. I wanted to put 60 points on Michigan State.
But we knew they were going to beat Nebraska, didn't we?
I know, I said it.
4-0?
Yeah, they're 4-0 too.
For now. For now.
The mail.
Indiana versus Western Kentucky, 33-31.
Indiana won that by 2 points. Yikes.
Yeah, it's looking bad over there.
Oh, here's one. Kentucky, Maryland, 37 Maryland, 16. Kent State.
Okay.
Yeah,
they got a good dub. Maryland's going to have a decent amount of momentum going into Ohio State. They're going to have a decent amount of momentum. It'll be interesting to see because they're not going to get it, like from watching Rutgers, they're not going to get a lot of work vertically. You're just going to have to cover side to sideline with them. So they're not going to get really tested route running wise, deep crossing routes, 9 routes. They're not going to have to cover any of that. When Maryland comes into town, all of that plus more. So
I can't say that I'm not afraid of Tua's little brother.
It's just kind of a lulling to sleep, right? You had the big game versus Akron. You'll have presumably a more stout looking defense than what we saw in the first 4 weeks with them against Rutgers. Does it kind of mask some of the problems that are still there going into a game with a good team?
Yeah. Purdue 13 over Illinois. 13-9.
Okay, Purdue. That's a good win.
It is. I mean, it's a very close win, obviously, which is, I guess, a little surprising, but
that was a good.
It's a good win, regardless.
Iowa 24-14 over, is that Colorado State?
So Iowa is also 4-0. But they're number 5 right now?
Iowa's 4-0, and their offense looks
mediocre. Mediocre.
Why don't we look at Iowa and be like, oh man, same old fucking Iowa?
They're flying under the radar.
They've been running the ball and having mediocre quarterbacks for the last 20 years.
But their defense looks amazing.
And no one else is in the Big Ten looks amazing, right?
They're flying under the radar.
Nobody else's defense looks amazing in the Big Ten right now.
They're flying under the radar, dog. They're flying under the radar.
I get it, but they beat Iowa State, and that's really the only reason why they're...
It's a lot of double standards, man.
That's literally the only reason why they're up there.
It's a lot of double standards in the way
they beat the first
are
week?
Judging these teams. I think they played Iowa State week 1.
No, it was week 2 or 3.
Let me see. I'll look that up while we continue.
But I want to know. So you don't think Iowa's probably one of the best teams in the Big Ten?
Okay, yeah, they're probably one of the 2 best teams in the Big Ten West.
Okay. Oh well, yeah, they're probably the best team in the Big Ten West, considering Wisconsin is.
We'll see. It's a long season. We'll see.
But
they can't score. They can't score. And right now, I'm being told that my team is subpar because we don't have a prolific offense. So why am I going to look at Ames fucking Iowa and watch them muddle their way through a defensive win over Colorado State and give them credit and validate them as number 5 in the country? I'm not going to do that. Judge us by the same standard.
Do you think they would beat Penn State?
Iowa? No. They can't score with them. Can't score with them.
Well, that obviously, then you don't think they would beat Michigan. You don't think they would beat. Okay.
No.
Like I said, they flying under the radar.
If you can put up points versus Iowa, you can beat them.
Okay.
Northwestern 35 beats OU 35-6.
35-6. Okay, Northwestern. Way to get on the board. Yeah, way to get on the board.
It had to be against Ohio. It wasn't going to be against a Big Ten team.
Our Nittany Lions.
The Lions beat Villanova?
Yep, 38-17.
I mean, it's Villanova.
Wisconsin loses to Notre Dame 41-13.
Wisconsin in trouble.
Stomped.
Wisconsin in trouble.
They got stomped.
And I'm like, I look, man, I keep looking at the Big Ten East. I'm looking at Wisconsin. I'm looking at Penn State. Looking at Ohio State. Looking at Michigan State. No one seems invincible. No one seems invincible. This is as wide open as the Big Ten East has been in.
Well, the Big Ten as a whole.
The Big Ten West, I think is. I don't think. I don't see Minnesota really doing much. Well, Wisconsin's already got a conference loss and 2 losses overall.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be Iowa or Minnesota out the West.
It's not going to be Minnesota. Didn't Minnesota just lose?
They only have one. They only got 1 conference loss though, so they could still be there.
But didn't they just lose again?
Yeah, they lost to a shitty team, but it was out of conference. I don't know who they lost to.
That's true. But I mean, I'm just saying, an undefeated Iowa team versus a 2-loss Wisconsin team and a 2-loss Minnesota team.
We're presuming on how those games will go when it comes about. Because I don't know how good Wisconsin is. I don't know how good Iowa is.
That's true.
We just talked about how most of what Iowa's ranking is right now is because they beat Iowa State. How good is Iowa State?
I think they just lost again, didn't they?
So hold on, you got me looking up too many things.
My fault.
What was the first thing we were looking for?
I think you found it already on who they played.
On Iowa. Let me see Iowa State.
And lastly, I guess while you're looking for that,
yep.
Bowling Green beats Minnesota 14-10.
See what I'm saying?
At their homecoming.
Yeah. Okay, but that doesn't hurt them. It doesn't hurt them at all.
They weren't going to be that team anyway. But still.
Yeah, Iowa State just lost to Baylor, and they got Kansas next week.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't. They could drop that game and still end up in the Big Ten title game. It doesn't mean anything.
I don't see either team having 1 loss already in the conference coming back from this and beheading Iowa.
Are you under the impression that whoever comes out of the West is going to be there with an undefeated conference record?
No.
Okay, so then it don't matter. Then they're all still in the fight.
But so basically, Minnesota hasn't done anything to convince me that they would go over Iowa, and neither is Wisconsin.
So all right, so they lost to fucking Bowling Green. They got Purdue.
And they lost to us.
Nebraska, Maryland, Northwestern, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Wisconsin. It's not a tough battle. I wish we could get that conference schedule. Mm-hmm. I fucking wish that we can get Purdue, Nebraska, Maryland, Northwestern, Illinois, and fucking Wisconsin. Iowa, or excuse me, Indiana, all in the same fucking year. I wish. Please sign me up. Where do we get that shit?
But okay, so say Minnesota loses just one more game.
Okay, so that'll probably put them out. Yeah, 2 games will probably put them out. I don't think Iowa's going to lose twice over there.
Yeah, so I don't know.
We'll see.
Nothing that Minnesota or Wisconsin has done this year has convinced me that they can overtake Iowa in the Big Ten West, I guess.
We will see. I got some here. Let's go Iowa and Maryland. It's next Friday.
Iowa.
Maryland.
Yeah, man. I got Maryland. I don't think Iowa's going to be able to keep up.
I think Iowa's defense is good enough to contain Maryland's offense.
That'll be a good battle.
Yeah.
Michigan, Wisconsin next week at noon.
It's going to be a decent game, but I think you guys got it. Like I said, Wisconsin isn't doing anything that's convincing me. They lost to Penn State, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I think if they lost to Penn State, I think you guys
turned around, lost to Notre Dame, even though Notre Dame gave them plenty of opportunities to win that game. Won it with their second string quarterback. Wisconsin doesn't look particularly well doing anything on offense. They don't look very good throwing the ball. They don't look very good running the ball. Defensively, they're as big as ever, and they're good against the run, but they give up big plays. I turned off the Wisconsin Notre Dame game yesterday with about 6 or 7 minutes left, and they were only up 10. It was like 23-13. And somehow, in those last 6 minutes, they found a way to put 20 more points on the board, and I don't know how the fuck it happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wisconsin doesn't look particularly well. I think they might start looking at other options at QB over Graham Mertz, which sounds crazy coming from where we were at last year, thinking that this guy was going to be the next Peyton or some shit. Second coming of Jesus and Camp Randall. But yeah, that they're going to struggle. I got us winning by a touchdown.
Okay.
The passing game for us will have to be better. I think it will be better. I'm not as hyperbolic as some of our fans are on that matter. We'll find a way to win this game. I believe we will. Let's see here. Next up, Ohio State at Rutgers at 3:30.
I can only hope that last game against Akron was somehow a confidence builder for our defense.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very least, they at least try to show something to me against Rutgers. I don't think the quarterback situation should just be handed to Kyle McCord. I think that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
After one game against Akron. But I look to hopefully see the run game make another appearance against Rutgers. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah,
Travion Henderson, what up?
That has been the saving grace. We forgot a game too for week 4. Penn State beat Villanova 38.
No, we said that. You said that.
Did you say that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We must have been talking or some shit. Yeah, man, Travion Henderson has been like, I think I said that week 1. Like, he is going to be the guy. And he has been the one saving grace to kind of keep them, give them the big plays when they need it. You know that people are going to start keying on him, though. So now it becomes who else?
Though. I don't think that they lose much when they put in Mayan Williams. I mean, obviously, Travion Henderson is the guy. But I don't think they lose much when they put in Mayan Williams.
The thing, I haven't really seen Mayan Williams pop off the screen to me since week 1 against Minnesota. Yeah. I didn't watch much of the game last night, but I'm also not going to put too much stock into it because it's Akron.
Right.
So if he's able, to get in and make some plays,
Travion Henderson is an incredible playmaker.
He's the difference maker for sure.
He
on
hits
that
holes. He explodes out of the holes.
Honestly, because of the quarterback situation, I'd even say much more than your star-studded wideouts with Wilson and Olave, because at the end of the day, they need somebody to put the ball in their hands.
Right, for sure.
So Travion Henderson is getting it from 0.0 and going 90 yards. That's their playmaker. Now it's going to be about when people start keying on him because they know you're going to try to get him the ball.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm just not afraid if everybody is keying in on him, which will probably happen. Mm-hmm. I'm not afraid when you got to put in Mayan Williams.
Penn State, Indiana. We thought it was going to be a good game.
It was supposed to be a good game. It was supposed to be a good sequel to last year's huge game.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's
not going to shape out to be like that.
Penn State might stomp a mud hole in Indiana this weekend. They just might at 7:30. They got them at home too. Oh, that's going to be bad. Yeah, Penn State is going to blow them out. Definitely
got Penn State winning that one.
We got Michigan State versus Western Kentucky. They're going to go 5-0, y'all. What the fuck is going on? What is going on in Lansing
right now?
It's okay, though.
Spartacus.
It's okay because we haven't beaten a ranked opponent yet this season. We will not next week, it doesn't seem like, because Wisconsin's probably not going to be ranked.
They're already not unranked?
That's what I'm saying. For this week, I don't think they're ranked. They are not 14 versus nothing. Jesus Christ. Yep. How does that end up happening? We start looking at our preseason schedule, and we see all these fucking ranked teams, and we got to 4-0, trying to be 5-0, and ain't none of the teams ranked.
Indiana, Wisconsin,
Washington.
Good old plot twist.
I think that's it. I think that's it for the Big Ten next week.
Really? No, did we say
pretty short, though.
We did say Wisconsin.
I said Wisconsin.
No,
Maryland's playing Iowa.
Yep.
I think some of these teams are playing Big Ten teams. So
we're in league play. Yeah, it's in league play now.
It's not as long of a list. Makes sense.
Well, good slate of games, though. I mean, out of the conference, you got some good ones. Mississippi, Ole Miss is going to be playing Alabama.
Okay.
You got Oregon at Stanford. That should be a good one. But yeah, man, good luck to the Big Ten.
Yes.
Good luck to the boys.
For sure.
Fuck y'all.
Bada boom.
Damn. Fuck y'all.
But shout out to everybody else. Good luck this weekend, fellas.
Oh, nigga. Fuck Michigan. Fuck that team up north.
Hey. Where y'all going? Where y'all going?
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this, go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.